Now, another Durban community is up in arms about not having water. Residents of Chesterville, west of the city, say they haven't had water since the initial floods on the 11th of April. They're demanding the municipality intervene before it affects their health. It's a similar situation to that of Tongaat, where residents barricaded roads in protest over water issues. Lethiwe Mdlul is in Chesterville and joins us now. Good morning, Lethiwe. How have community members there in Chesterville been dealing with not having water for at least 2 months now?
Well, Mfundo, it's a very dire situation, what we're seeing. There's a lot of places around the city of Durban that have been without water for at least 2 months. And the problem started persisting when the initial floods took place in April. And this community is saying they are dealing with a similar situation, such as Tongaat residents. You'd remember that last week we saw the residents of Tongaat taking to the streets and being frustrated with the municipality not providing answers as to when the water will come back and whether officials have started working on the water treatment plant in that area because it was damaged during the floods. Now, the community of Chesterville is also saying that they have no communication between them and the municipality. The councillor, the local councillor, has not even addressed them about this issue, and they are saying that for now they just don't know what to do because there's no water. And unfortunately for this community, they are dealing with the same issues that Tongaat residents were dealing with when it comes to the distribution of water tankers. They're saying that they see some water tankers coming into the area, but they're not covering the whole area. I'm now joined by a resident in Ntando. I want to bring him in and ask him about the situation where he can explain to us exactly how they are dealing with this issue. Ntando, thank you so much for joining us at eNCA. Take us through your problems as a community. How long have you been dealing with this issue, and how do you then just live on a day-to-day basis?
Morning. The issue of water, we got a problem from the 11th of April, and there's no communication from any municipality person telling us about what's happening with the water, what's the problem and how long it's going to take or how they're going to fix it. Even if they bring the water cans to this place, there's a lot of houses there and not everyone gets a chance to get water. So basically we've been living chasing water canners around, or you go and take your own transport, you go and fill up at the nearest. Like for instance, there's a place here near Bonella that's a water, and there at the bottom. So that's how we normally live.
Are you worried about your health because you are now having to resort to fetching water from these water streams?
Yes, we are worried because some of the water canners that they bring here, the water, when you open the tap of the water canner, there's like dirt inside, and if you ask them where did they take the water, they don't tell us. They tell us that it's Springfield. Even there was a photo that was circulating around WhatsApp that the water canner goes to the nearby river to fetch water and they bring it to the community. So we are worried about the water, and we wish that we can get water from the tap, because basically that's the only water we feel is much healthier.
And in terms of the councillor, your local councillor, have you engaged with him?
The councillor, some of the people that live here have engaged him, and we don't know what's happening or we don't get any feedback. For instance, today there's going to be a meeting with the councillor with the area, but we don't know what's the agenda of the meeting. But the councillor says he brings the water canners, but it's not enough because there's a lot of people that stay. This place maybe has about 250 or to 300 households, and there's a lot of people staying in this place. But the councillor hasn't told us anything progressive going forward, because like yesterday, even the electricity went off from 10 o'clock in the morning. It only came back today, maybe around 3 o'clock. So the level of communication with the councillor and us, the people, because he's the first citizen, but there's no communication which is good between him and us.
What are your frustrations right now? What do you want?
What we really want is the water to come back, and service delivery. There's always problems regarding service delivery in the place that we're staying in. And there's also a lot of issues which the councillor, for instance, when he came into power, as we voted, he never came and told the people that, oh, I'm the councillor, this is what I need you all to do, or what you need me to do. So basically the first meeting that we're going to have, it's going to be the first meeting, and he hasn't came to this place to ask us what's our problems or what's happening. So we're really frustrated because what's happening, it's like for now, it's almost 2 months with no water. And even if the water comes back, you can see that the power or the pump that pumps the water, it doesn't have much power. Because some households there at the top, they don't have water for, even when there wasn't any floods, they couldn't have water. I think the system that pumps the water in this place is faulty. So I think the council has to also look into that and try and fixing the water. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Mfundo, that is Ntando Dladla. He's a resident here in Chesterville, just basically elaborating some of the issues that they're dealing with. I think the main issue here is the lack of communication between the local ward councillor and also the municipality, as the community is saying that they haven't been actually told about this water issue. They don't know which pipes are broken or whether there are any pipes that are broken. And also he's just mentioned that this issue is actually a persistent issue, because even before the floods there were issues with water, but now it's just being highlighted by the floods, as you remember that a lot of pipes were broken during the floods in April.
No, very difficult situation. Lethiwe, we'll leave it there for now. That's our reporter, Lethiwe Mdlul in Chesterville.